So, another day. So, today, this is going to be an extension of the tax bill and all of the side effects that have happened. As we know, the bromance between, drumroll please, Elon and Big Baby Trump, Big Dog, Big Dog, Big Dog, right, Louis? Huh? Big Dog Trump. So, we know that the bromance is over. It is non existent. It's not a thing. We're not friends anymore. You know, Big Dog was advertising his electric cars at the White House and told all of his viewers and followers to go buy a Tesla truck or go buy a Tesla car. I think he's going to take over. Or go buy a Tesla car on in front of the White House. It was I've never seen. I mean, personally, I've never seen an actual here, Lou, come right here. I've never actually seen someone advertise
Like an endorsement.
an endorsement deal
Yeah.
in front of the White House. I've never seen that before. Stay right here. No, Lou. Yeah, there you go. Stay right there. There you go. That's perfect. Paul. No, I've never seen that before. That was the first time I've ever seen that. It's actually not a thing. You're not allowed to. It's illegal for the president to do that. But I'm not really sure how he's getting away with all of that. But that's not even the point. The point is the bromance between Elon Musk, the man who put this man in office supposedly and helped him out financially a lot during his campaign run, is no longer friends. And it's all due to a previous pod that we just talked about as far as the tax bill. Now, I think it is extremely interesting that a billionaire, actually the billionaire, the richest man, the real life Tony Stark, is opposing a bill that's going to help him. Right? Like you have, he might be the first billionaire that I've ever seen come out and say this bill is going to hurt many of your constituents.
I mean, do you think that's because he owns one of the largest social media networks in the world that we're able to see that? Because there are probably people in the past that have tried to do that and they just got shut down.
No, no, because I think it would be it would be top story. If any other billionaire came out and said, "Hey, this tax bill that's going to save me billions of dollars is going to hurt millions of Americans," I think we would know about that, right? That's not.
They
That's
probably
not.
have so much money they don't really care. Like,
Yeah.
why would you care to say that?
I mean, yeah. No one's ever. I've never seen Oprah say this. I've never seen, Grayson say this. I've never seen I don't even know all the billionaires, but I've never seen anyone that rich come out and say anything like this. And not only did he say that this bill was going to be extremely hurtful, he also said that he's coming out with his own political party. Now, what does that mean? That I don't. He can't run for president,
No.
but he can run for an office. He can run for a position in
I don't know
in the
how
federal
I
government.
don't know how that would work, but like, yeah, he just can't be, because he was born in South Africa.
Yeah, he
He
just can't be
can't
president.
be president.
Yeah, but he could be any other position, right? Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's a governor, so I don't know if that's a big deal. Is that a big deal?
I don't think there's limitations. Let's see. What parts? Let's see. So, the United States foreign nationalists cannot run for elected federal office like the president, vice president, U.S. senator, U.S. congressman, as these positions require U.S. citizenship. Specifically, the president and vice president must be natural born citizens. Senators and representatives must be citizens for a certain number of years and residents of a state they represent. However, if a foreigner became a naturalized U.S. citizen, they can potentially hold various positions in the government, both elected and appointed, except for president and vice president. These include elected positions such as member of U.S. Senate, member of House of Representatives, appointed positions that they can have, Chief Justice and Supreme Court. That's crazy. That's crazy. Cabinet positions such as Secretary of State or Secretary of Energy. So, yeah, I mean, it would like he would run for anything of any significance to him in his position.
He'd probably just be endorsing whoever ran for that.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He's going to endorse who he wants for the party
Mm.
instead of like him doing this. He's going to do what he initially did for Trump. I think Trump got tired of him. He was always at the White House. Like I get tired of you too, bro. Like, why are you always here? Go home. Don't you got kids? But this isn't a this. Let me not get too much on Elon because he's actually speaking out and saying something about it. Lou, I'm busy. I'm busy. Sit right here. Sit down. Here. You want to get under the covers? Come here. Come on. Come on. Right here. Lay down. Lay down. You cold? It's a little chilly in here. It's okay. All right. So Lou. Oh, we're definitely clipping this for sure. this is the part we clip. What's up? All right. So back to it. So he's coming out with his own party. All right. Elon Musk said that he's carrying out his threat to the former new political party after his debacle with President Donald Trump, announcing that the American Party is in response to the president's sweeping tax cut law. Musk, once and ever presents an ally of Trump, has headed up the slashing agency known as the Department of Government Efficiency, aka Doge, broke with the Republican president over his signature legislation, which was signed into law Friday on the 4th of July. As the bill made its way through Congress, Musk threatened to the former, Musk threatened to form an American Party if this insane spending bill passes. So, what are you doing? So the bill passed. He started his own American Party. I think it's very, very ironic that a born citizen of South Africa is creating a political party in the United States.
I don't think it'll go anywhere.
I don't think it will either. I mean, if it does pick up any traction, that'd be insane. That would be insane. You know, you know who else tried to start their own political party?
Who?
Diddy.
Oh boy.
Diddy and Tupac too.
Really?
Yeah. But Tupac was he was extremely endowed in the political atmosphere. His parents were Black Panthers leaders. His mom specifically.
I didn't know that.
Like he had a lot of ties to the Black Panthers, like a lot of big ties. Like that was one of the main things he wanted to do was create his own political party. Conspiracy theories think that's one of the reasons he was
Killed.
Yeah, but I don't. I think he was killed because he punched the wrong person in the face. I don't think one had anything to do with the other. But hey, who knows? But the American Party. Let's talk about this. It says so. Elon basically said out loud, when it comes to bankrupting our country. I mean, you're not from here, but anyway, when it comes to bankrupting our country, with the waste we live in, one party system, not a democracy, Musk said Saturday on X, the social media company he owns. So today, the American Party is formed and gives you back your freedom. The formation of this new political party is not uncommon, but they typically struggle to pull any significant support away from the Republicans and Democrat parties. But Musk, the world's richest man, has spent at least 250 million supporting Trump in 2024 elections. It could impact the 2026 elections, determining control of Congress if he is willing to spend a significant amount of money, which I think he's going to because he's probably bored. Um, yeah, so this feud, it could be costly for Musk. I think he's going to have to spend a few billion. How much is he worth?
Hundreds of billions of
Hundreds of
dollars.
billions.
Yeah.
So a couple billion isn't. It
That's
isn't
not
really. It's not really
anything.
shit.
Yeah.
So he could spend 50 billion and be okay.
Yeah, he could.
That's insane.
Yeah, he really could. That would be like that. I couldn't even imagine what you'd spend 50 billion on for a campaign.
Political power. Political power and positioning. I would pay certain congressmen and congresswomen to be on my side. And at this point right now, I would pay a lot of Democrats because the enemy of my enemy is a friend.
I could see that. Maybe trying to pull over some
Mhm.
Democrats. I could see that.
Because no one's following the Democrats. I would tell. Okay, I mean I'm gonna finish reading this, but if I was Elon, due to how the Democrat Party is in the shitter right now, what I would do is take all of the current Democratic people and change the party's name, the American Party.
That
It-
just sounds like communism. Like that sounds like that sounds evil. Like it's so
It does sound
it's
crazy.
so like nationalist that it sounds evil.
Sounds weird. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere though, but that's what I would do. I would rebrand the name. I would rebrand all the names. But hey, I don't think.
But if you at the same time, why would you want the people that are like lagging behind in your party? Like why would you want to take the losers and not saying that they're a loser, but why would you take the party that's getting dogged on the most right now and put them into your party?
Um, because who else are you gonna do it with? New people?
I would just try to find new people. If you have the money, that's a bunch of resources to go and find new people that are willing to take over, like to guide your party.
That's a possibility.
Because like if you're trying to create something that's different from the two parties that already exist, why would you get people from the one of the parties that you don't want to be a part of? Just find new people.
That's true. I mean,
Especially with that much money.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of people that would be willing to work under you for that amount. I would.
I don't know if I would.
He gave you $2 million.
I'm not gonna go work for somebody that I don't believe in for $2 million.
I would 1,000%. I don't believe in you. I'll take the 2 million though. I feel like that's what this administration does. I don't think a lot of those people who follow Trump believe in him. I think I think they're getting paid. It like I mean, I only say that because we have proof that Marco Rubio hated Trump. Now he's like in the back sucking his dick. And then you have JD Vance who couldn't stand the man, vice president. You see what I mean? It's like the people that could not stand this man are all of a sudden backing him in a blink of an eye, which is crazy. Right. But no, you're right. I don't either. That's basically like selling your soul. I don't know if I would be able to sacrifice my morals to go to go out there every day and be like, this is the American party.
Like if it's not something that I don't like
Eh,
see going forward, I'm not even gonna waste my time.
yeah. Relax, people. This is all jokes. I'm only
Yeah.
joking. This
Yeah.
isn't. I'm not really serious. I would never. It wouldn't even look right. Me saying I'm joining the American Party. That shit's crazy. Elon, hit me up.
I'll take $2 million to do something else though. Maybe not
Not what he says.
maybe not campaign on his party, but I'd take the money to do something else for him.
Yeah. So, a spokesperson for Elon Musk and his political action committee, the American PAC, the American PAC, didn't immediately comment on Sunday. As of Sunday morning, there were multiple political parties listed in the Federal Election Commission database that have been formed in the hours since Elon Saturday X post with the version of American Party of Doge and X in the name, or must listed among the people affiliated with the entity. So I don't really know how this man is planning on moving this. I mean, last month he threatened to try to oust every member of Congress that voted for the Trump's bill. He called for the tax breaks, the cutting cuts, the packages, and he basically said that it was a disgusting abomination, the tax cut, which I don't disagree with him. I think this new tax cut is actually pretty shitty. It's going to hurt a lot of people, which I'm not really a fan of. It's going to hurt a lot of children throughout the country. I feel the same way about the DOE. Like when me and Crisco had the conversation, me and Cristo had the conversation about the shutting down of the DOE and the education system. I feel like that's just messed up. Like I understand what people were saying and trying to get at, but I think there's a way to do certain things, and they're just not doing it the proper way. I get that they want to start over and rebuild, but like the extreme and major cuts like right away to certain things is so harmful to so many people, especially the children. Like I really don't care how you go about it because we're adults, right? Like we have to deal with things on a regular basis. But children are just so innocent to the point where like they don't know anything, man. You know what I mean? Like they're looking at us for guidance, and you don't want to feed them or send them to a proper school. Monsters. Monsters. But in quotes, it says the Republican Party has a clean sweep of executive, legislative, and judicial branches, and still had the nerve to massively increase the size of the government, expanding the national debt by a record $5 trillion. Musk said on Sunday on X. His critics of the bill have moved to form a political party. Marks a reversal from May, when his time in the White House was winding down to head the rocket company SpaceX and electric vehicle maker Tesla, said that he would spend a lot less in the political party in the future, blah blah blah, within the White House. So basically, he said that he was going to dial down, but he was disgusted with the bill. Now I don't know what's going to happen with Doge. I don't even know who's running Doge, or even if it's a thing.
It still is.
It's still a thing.
Yeah.
So who's running?
I don't actually know who the front runner is, like managing all the people that work there, but Doge is definitely still a thing.
So he's yeah. So it is a shame. Like I don't think he's like not making this up. Like this is a real thing. Treasury Secretary Scott Bensent, who clashed with Musk while he ran for Doge, said that CNN, the State of the Union on Sunday, that Doge principles were popular, but if you look at the polling, Elon was not. Okay, let's talk about that, because I think it's weird how many people backed. Now, were they just backing Elon because of Trump, or were they backing Elon because they actually liked him?
I think there were a lot of people that praise Elon. I think Elon has done a lot of pretty cool things. So I could see the people that liked him also liking Trump because Elon was in the equation.
Now, I have seen a lot of people um backtrack on how they feel about Elon to back Trump. And I think it's strange. Like there's some things that I like that Trump has done. There's some things that I don't like. There's a lot of things that I have to wait to see how it's going to play out. Right? There's no, like I can have my opinion, but there's no guarantee of like if some of the things are going to come to pass. Maybe everything will be okay. Maybe it won't. We don't know. We just take like these are just educated guesses. So I say that to say I think it's very, very strange how a lot of people turned on him after the feud with Trump because like no one like I was speaking to this guy that I went to high school. I'm not gonna say his name, but funny guy. Well, no, he's not really funny. He's funny. He's funny when I read his posts, right? Because it's like, damn, bro, we went to the same high school, and it's like, you're an idiot. I like you, but you're an idiot. He know if he sees this, he's gonna know who I'm talking about. He's gonna know I'm talking about him, right? But like, some of his posts just blow my mind, right? Like no one could be 100% okay with everything that the president does. I find it extremely weird that the majority, the overwhelming amount of people who voted for Trump love everything that he's doing. I'm black and I didn't even love everything Obama was doing. So I don't I'm confused. like like what is this? Like what's like really what's happening? When was it okay for us to criticize politicians and then all of a sudden stop in the year 2025? Every single president has been criticized throughout his entire 4 years. I have never seen a group of politicians and a group of following people who follow a president not to criticize something that they know is wrong.
I think it might just have to do with like the how important these last couple elections were, and everybody's kind of like, at least to me, it felt like that this election that just passed was like super important, incredibly important
Important how?
in terms of like what direction the country's going to go. Like it almost seemed pivotal to America, to a point where if the wrong choice was made, however you want to just tear that apart, that the country was going to be in some sort of disaster or war, or maybe even like it's like in a bad state. Like both sides, I feel like did a pretty good job of making it like this election means everything.
Yeah.
And I felt that way too. Whenever I went to go vote, I was like, and I don't usually feel like that. I don't usually feel like I vote, but I don't feel like I want to go and vote. Like it's like a chore.
Yeah.
But this time I was like, yeah, maybe they're onto something.
That's
Maybe
strange. I didn't feel like that at all.
I
I
think maybe that was like part of the reason why people were so like, I'm for this person because this is what's going to happen if they weren't in office right now.
yeah, I don't
That's how I felt. I felt
and I think you're
very,
right though. I think a lot of people felt like this was a pivotal point of like
yeah,
the presidency of the country.
because there wasn't a lot of transparency within some of the
It's
decisions
never
that were being
transparency.
made. But like, I mean, I'm talking, I feel like way worse
But there's
this
never
time.
been so okay. This is a lot of the reasons why I say the majority of people who are currently taking a liking to the political field or the political interest of what's going on. None of this is new. They've never been open with anything in politics. It's always been dance around the questions. You always had to find the information on your own, right? The movements of the way politicians move have always been in secret. They never know. They never let the public know exactly what's happening until the last minute. There hasn't been one administration that was transparent in anything that they were doing, right? Like they probably say one of the most transparent presidents of all time was Reagan. That's bullshit. Reagan wasn't transparent at all. Now Reagan was a beast at what he was doing. He got some shit done, but he didn't disclose exactly what he was doing until it was finished. There was no transparency. But politics during that time was boring. People didn't really care about politics back then. You know what I mean? Like I wonder what the viewership of C-SPAN went up to. right? What C-SPAN was back in 2000 in comparison to now, I guarantee it jumped in ratings. Um, I don't think I just find it weird that you know you put you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna say it on camera. I think it's very strange that they put a non-politician in office, which probably think the United States needed. Right, I do think there was a change that needed to happen when it came to the political interest of what's going on. But I think the person that they helped get into office was not that choice of person. But I also think that if this is what the people wanted, allow it to happen because this is America. I'm all for it. Let's see where he takes this, right? I don't think a lot of the stuff that we're feeling is going to take effect until like 2026, the end of 2026 to 27. I had a friend. I told my friend to watch out for the stock market for July because it was going to be pretty bad because they're making announcements um, towards the end of it was the end of June that they were making announcements on like deals that they were going to be doing and about the tariff deals. And I thought that was going to affect July like as much as possible. But a lot of those deals still aren't even done. So my timing is off about what's going to happen. But I think like once Medicaid hits, the SNAP program being dismantled, the DEO being dismantled, FEMA being dismantled, government assistance being dismantled, certain government entities that watched over certain states as far as financially dismantled, um, the caps on how much water is being spent and what is being in usage dismantled. I was recently just talking to a friend. No. I was recently talking to um, Madison's uncle about the water in Colorado, and oh my God,
What about it?
they're fighting over it. They're fighting over the rights of it.
Like, what do you mean, like the rights of the water?
They're fighting over the rights of the water of how it can be used in certain parts of the land. Who gets to use it, where it comes from, where it's flowing from. So I think I don't want this to be wrong, but I'm pretty sure from what I remember him telling me, there is a certain amount of water that flows from another state into Colorado. Hey Madison, what state is that? What state is that a certain amount of water flows from the other state into Colorado? I want to say Nebraska. I think it's Nebraska. I think there was a deal a long time ago with Nebraska and Colorado that they were going to get an X amount of water into that state. So right now, I think the shortage on water right now is that Colorado or Nebraska is basically saying, well, we don't have to send you this. And Colorado is saying, no, yes, you do. And that is turning into other places in Colorado fighting over certain river banks and saying they have the rights to that water. Also, to the point where they're not allowed to collect rainwater because there's certain rights over rainwater. They're basically saying, like, if the rain is falling and you're catching it in your barrel, you're taking away the water from the land that's going to supply. And if I have the rights to this water to this land, you're taking away the water that the land should have because you're catching it inside of your barrels. And it's like, that's illegal. And they're suing for it. So like there's like huge fights over water. So like earlier today we was listening to Trump talk about like faucets
Yeah.
and the running water.
Yeah.
He just didn't explain it well. It sounds like nonsense, right? It's like, dude, why the fuck are we talking about running faucets and running shower heads? It's because he's not explaining it in depth. They're talking about the water crisis as far as certain lands over usage of water, right? And like, where's the water going? Is it going to the crops? Is it going to uh, AI fields that they're going to use to generate to keep a lot of the systems cool. Like, where is this water going? Right? Like, that's a huge source. But I mean, I don't know if with all that being said, I don't know if Elon would be able to keep up with the majority of this. Because even if Trump isn't able to understand half of the stuff that's happening with a lot of it, he has people around him that has been in government for so long that they had so many ties to different people in different states that they know how to communicate that. I mean, even if it's being done well or not well enough, regardless, they still have those ties. Elon doesn't have that.
Yeah.
That would be that's why I said earlier that would be one of my biggest determining factors of saying an enemy of my enemy is a friend. He needs to transfer the Democratic Party into his party because they have the same type of connections. Now, if you get new people, they're going to have to put in a whole new. He's going to have to start from the ground up. He's going to have to take that party, run it from city council, mayor, government, state supreme courts into the House of Representatives, the Senate, Congress, and start from the ground level and support all those people. And he's going to have to do that in every state. I don't think he has enough money for that.
Like that almost seems like an impossible task.
It is a very that's you know what I mean. That is a very impossible task. I mean, not to give him any ideas, I would leave.
Huh?
I would say F America.
Why?
If I was Elon
Yeah.
and had his type of movements and had his type of money, I'd go straight to China. Take my technology and everything and go over there. It's more people. I'll make more money. I'm not saying that he should. I'm
Yeah.
saying if I was him, I would leave because the way America turns on him is kind of gross. I'm not a fan of Elon. I'm not defending him in
Yeah.
any. I don't really care for him. I think he is a selfish person that's in it for himself. And when I say that because before Trump was even in office, he was buddy buddy with Obama.
I think he was a Democrat for a really, 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 really long
I
time.
don't think he.
I mean, he said that.
Yeah,
But
I don't think he's a Democrat or a Republican in any way. I think he is. I am strictly here for my business funding and my innovations moving forward. I don't think it has anything to do with Democrat or Republican. That's why I'm saying he's selfish. People are saying like, oh, he was. Some people are saying like, oh, he was in it for the money, or, and then they would back that with, oh, he's already a billionaire. Why does he need more money? It's like any other reason why a billionaire wants more money. It's more fucking money, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think he was in it for the money, but I think he was in it for his own selfish reasons? Absolutely. 1,000%. So like if I was him, I would just leave. Like why like what is so important about the American status that you need? Is it the funding?
I don't think the CCP is particularly a great place to live. I can't see that being like, even if you are like a billionaire, there have been billionaires that speak out against the government and they just disappear. You say something like that here, you could say whatever you want. Nobody's going to touch you.
Eh,
Somebody could shoot you or somebody could try to assassinate you, but the government isn't going to go out of their way publicly to make you disappear. The
eh,
CCP has definitely done that. Let me see if I can find his name. He was
I don't
a
want to say that.
notorious billionaire.
I mean, the government has
Um,
personally killed a few people.
but I think the CCP is way worse than the United States
Oh
government.
yeah, yeah. I don't think the United States goes as far as they do. But I do think the United States, I mean, JFK, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, uh, Newton. There's a few. I mean, I don't know. There's a few people. JFK, seriously. Like, I was actually. We're gonna talk about that one day. But I was skimming through those documents. It gets dark. It gets dark. But I mean, you're right. But doesn't China love him though?
I don't know. I actually I don't know. Like, what would you consider love? Like, what?
His cars is everywhere in China.
No, I think Tesla does not have a good foothold in China.
Really? I
Uh,
don't. Hold on, let me look.
China has their own EV space that they pretty much buy into. I don't think Tesla's any real competition over there.
Okay, so it's a mixed bag. Tesla has seen both success and challenges in China market. While they achieve a record sales in 2024 with the Model Y becoming the best-selling car model, they are now facing an increase in competition and a decline in sales. Okay, so this just happened recently. So I'm late. I'm just late. So he was doing well, just not now. Not anymore, as of 2024. The end of 2024 into 2025. Tesla sales in China have declined in 2025, with some months showing significant year-on-year drops.
But it's not just Tesla either. It's other
Just other cars.
manufacturers too. Because I remember reading that China is trying to be self-sufficient in their supercars, hypercars, everyday vehicles, EVs. Like they want to have their own ecosystem, and
Yeah.
it was really hurting like Porsche and Audi in their high-end sales because they had their own, like China had their own uh, specialty cars that were way cheaper and way faster and more reliable than what they were selling to them overseas.
He needs to let lying dogs lie.
Who's that? Elon?
Yeah. He needs to just let it go. I mean, you don't know. I don't think he knows enough about American politics for him to start his own party.
I don't even know what it would take to start your own party. Like to take something that has never existed before, have an infrastructure for it that isn't short-sighted and doesn't somehow take advantage of people in the future over a long period. Like that just seems like that
I think he's
sounds
yeah.
like a terrible task.
Sounds
Like
exhausting.
I
I
couldn't even
think
imagine like the brain power you would need to even do something like that.
I think he's under the impression that the American people love him more than he thinks they do. I think he thinks they love him more than they love Trump.
I
Because
think
you can see it. You can see it when he was like on stage. Remember when he had the chainsaw
yeah.
and he was jumping around like an autistic kid? Like he was literally jumping around with a chainsaw in his hand, showing his belly button. And it was like, dude, they're not like, you think they have love for you. Like someone gave him a painting while he was on stage. And it was just like, you think they have this love for you, but it's really for the main person of the party. It was really for Trump. It had nothing. You were just you were the side piece, bro. You were the guy they liked because you were next to him.
I think people just want change and they're willing to do anything to get it because they're seeing what's happening.
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't even have to be this party or this cabinet. Like it can be from the Biden era, Obama, Bush. Like people just want to see positive change, but like that's kind of an impossible task, especially with how layered everything is and every situation is has so many caveats to it. Like it's almost impossible to make everybody happy at the same time. And if you could make everybody happy, then nobody would be happy.
Right. How do you think this is going to affect his business?
Mm,
Scott Benson believes, he said, I imagine that those board of directors did not like this announcement yesterday and will be encouraging him to focus on his business activities, not his political activities. So, like, I don't think his business is going to take a hit. He's Elon.
I mean, I will say, like, if anything, Elon does an amazing job at putting people in positions that they are meant to be in.
Yeah.
He is like fantastic at that. Now, like him saying that he developed this, that, and the other, like that is maybe like a little bit of a stretch. And he probably could step away from his businesses and everything would be fine. Uh, but I don't know, like I don't know if I would like make the association that like Elon is a Republican or a Democrat. I never would have made that like
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
direct
think.
correlation to it.
Yeah.
But like what I was trying to get at is just that if he wanted to make the jump and get into politics, I believe that he has the ability to put people in the right positions to make sure that whatever it is he's trying to do gets done. And I think that could kind of give him some leeway to move away from his businesses if he really wanted to. But I don't think he will because he has like a lot of different things going on right now, and I don't know if he'd be able to do that. Like, I think out of all the things he's created, Neuralink is probably the craziest thing, and also like the most beneficial thing I've ever seen in my life.
But that's the craziest thing is that he didn't create that
But he's put people in positions that
to
allowed
make
that
it.
to happen.
Like he didn't even create the code for Tesla.
Yeah, but like the fact that he was able to do SpaceX, Neuralink, and Tesla
He bought them
and survive.
and put money into it.
And survive. Like
Yeah.
if he wasn't able to do that, like put people in positions where they could do that, I feel like he'd have been gone way long ago.
His business accolades are fundamentally insane. Like he is the go-to guy for business.
He's like a serial entrepreneur.
Yes. I think when people I think he understands a lot of it, but I don't think he's a creator of any of I think people give him way too much credit than he actually deserves.
Yeah, I think that's true. Whenever it comes to creating stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But putting pieces in places that need to be put, I think
He's a mastermind.
fantastic at that.
I used to work for a company that I used to work with him.
Mm.
I think we talked about this on a previous podcast, the PayPal Mafia. And he was known for that, like his business etiquette and like how smart he was in business. I think that is pretty impressive. I think that's like what a lot of business people want to have is what they have with him. Like his discernment when it comes to business is amazing. But like I don't. He's the smartest guy in the world.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Fuck
Yeah,
that.
like
I don't believe that.
I don't
I don't believe that at
particularly.
all.
He's smart. He's not dumb.
No, I don't think he's dumb at all.
He's not the smartest person.
Yeah, I don't think he's the smartest person ever.
Yeah.
Like people were giving him more credit than Albert Einstein. I don't like that. I do not like that.
No, I don't.
Oppenheimer, I don't like that. You know what I mean? You're taking away people who actually created something from nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's like they pulled this stuff that they from another world. You know what I mean? And it almost makes me think like we probably really did have aliens walking among us. Like I don't think Albert Einstein was like some of these people just and that's even him stealing patents, right? But like still, like some of these people were just inhuman when it came to developing certain things. Even the founding fathers, some of the stuff that Sir Isaac Newton, Benjamin Franklin, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these people were brilliant. Tesla. Nikolai Tesla, or is it Nikola Tesla?
Nikolai.
Like that's like some of the stuff. Like, have you ever read like? I mean, this is a side note, but have you ever read some of the stuff that he was performing?
I read about some of his inventions. I never read about like
it was insane.
Yeah,
it was insane, and the fact that those inventions have been shelved. I mean, personally, I don't think they're shelved. I think the military is actually using the shit. Let's throw that out there. I don't think they shelved it. But I don't want to move into the conspiracy realm.
But there's a lot of things that he created that like genuinely could have benefited humanity in a lot of ways.
Yeah, because I mean, this is almost like I give credit where credit is due, but I don't think he's as brilliant as the American people. It's just weird. It's weird. It's weird to show how many people turn on him. I never cared for Elon. So my opinion of him isn't being swayed by a particular action. I always felt this way about him, right? So it's like now that I'm seeing it on the forefront, for him, the arrogance of him actually coming in and saying that he's going to start a party is extremely weird because the people aren't here for you. They were never here for you. They were here for Trump. And that's another thing about Trump. I think he's hilarious because he sets people up for fall positions. I think he is the master scapegoat. Every position. Like when you at like if you ever watch his interviews and he's talking, I mean, I think it's great. I think if you're able to do shit like that, that's pretty dope. I'm not gonna take that away from you. Like if that's actually pretty. If I could set people, oh yeah, don't ask me. I didn't do it. I wasn't a part of that conversation. You got to go ask them. You got to ask them what's going on with this.
But at
And
the
then,
same time, if you're the president, no matter who you are, you probably should take responsibility for something in some
well,
capacity
I
whenever
mean,
it comes to.
the president is the man of the people, and if the people are willing to believe that that was their idea, right? You did your job because the people were like, "No, he's right. That was your decision. that was that was your decision, not his." You know what I mean? But that's also, I mean, it's funny to me because that's just showing the ignorance of like how stupid some people are. Like I'm sick of filters. I'm sick of how people were like filtering. I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna call them idiots. There's a lot of people that just blindly follow. Like I'll never blindly follow anyone. I don't care who you are. I didn't even blindly follow Obama, which I probably should have initially because he was the first black president. I probably should have, right? Like, but I want to see what your policies are because just because you know what I mean, you seem good, it doesn't mean that you always are. And that was the one thing. Like like Obama's foreign policy was amazing. I think the way that he handled foreign policies was pretty amazing. Regardless of going to war, which I think was inevitable because he was coming in at a time of 9/11, right? But like, I think a lot of his foreign policies was pretty amazing. Like now, the foreign policy about what's happening in other countries right now is so tiptoeish. It's like it's on. I feel like it's on thin ice. Um, I say that to say I think it's on thin ice. And if there's one thing that makes Elon Musk, this is why I brought up China, what makes Elon Musk extremely dangerous is his influences in other countries.
In what way?
His influence when it comes to he has no jurisdiction.
So that's why he's staying.
Staying, or he could do whatever he wants. He can influence other places to have influence over America. The amount of money that he sends to Jerusalem, the amount of money that he sends to Israel, he has power ties over there. The amount of money he sends to certain European countries, Germany, Switzerland, Poland, like he has pull in other places, which makes him extremely dangerous. Now, that's just me knowing that just from reading about him and him being like there was one part like during in the beginning of Trump's election where they were saying that he was influencing the election over in Germany. And that I find that extremely disturbing. You know what I mean? Like you're over here working for Doge, but you're also influencing another nation's election. And then you came out publicly and spoke and said that you were going to back Tate to run for parliament. That's Andrew Tate. I don't know. I mean, that's. But again, I don't think it's ever going to go anywhere. I don't think the American people are going to jump behind him on that at all. I just don't see it happening. And the name is awful.
Yeah, like I said, it sounds evil.
If I have to go back and we have to redo this part because people did follow Elon, I'm going to be fucking mind blown.
I don't think that's going to be a possibility.
I pray that it doesn't because that the American Party, bro.
Now, what I can see is how it would influence the overall election because if you have, let's say, 3 million people vote for his party, you're taking away 3 million votes from the Democratic and the Republican Party, which makes the race even tighter or even more one sided.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say, you know, Elon's popular with conservatives, theoretically,
Mhm.
in this case. And he took 3 to 5 million votes conservative votes from the Republicans. That almost makes it like that's a tough ask, especially like with states like California, where they have like they get a lot of electoral votes.
Yeah.
So if you were to take like one or two states out of the question that were red, you might you might be able to get a blue president in there just because of collateral damage.
Okay. So now that we're here, how does that make like how does the name of the name that he chose, the American Party, how do you feel about him doing the Nazi salute now? Because you said yourself in the beginning of the pod that the American Party sounds
Mm,
extremely nationalist. It sounds
mm.
evil.
I don't think like you mean like whenever he
The
was on
correlation,
stage and he
yeah.
did like the
How's the correlation now? Because I mean, you have to think he grew up with German heritage. He grew up with people who supported the Nazi party. His ancestors were a part of it. Like that's not a secret anymore,
I mean,
right?
I'm not saying that it isn't like a possibility that that would be a thing, but at the same time, like why would you be dumb enough to do that on stage and mean it? Like I don't know. Like I'm not gonna say that what he did was excusable, but there have been other people that have also done the same thing that don't have the same ties as he does.
Fair enough.
So it could just be one of those things where it's a coincidence, and that coincidence is just following a narrative that people are willing to latch onto because it's easy.
So I'm not saying that he's completely copying the anger and racism behind the party. What I'm saying he's copying is the ideal of the party without the killing,
So
right? Without the discrimination.
yeah,
He's copying that there should be a specific type of people on top, and that's the American people. Or a specific type of American people. There's
because
no way of
you're
determining that.
American, you're American. Like
Right.
that's all there is to it.
There's no way of determining what that is or what their agenda is. I mean, it's extremely like Project 2025. Like they don't specifically say who they're writing this for, but throughout reading it, you get a hint of like, okay,
Mm.
who this is for, right? Like I don't think they're actually like it's almost like how they're calling reverse racism on DEI. How did we get this far? Like, how do you Uno reverse a racist card? Like, how was that even possible for that to happen? Oh, it's racist to say that we're allowing you to get this job because you're black. So we don't want you to be racist. We don't want to be racist. So we're taking that away. So we don't have to hire you. Like, what? How do you Uno? Does that make sense? Like, how do you Uno reverse that? Right. So like, I feel like with him creating this type of party, in a sense, is almost trying to Uno reverse what Donald Trump has done for MAGA. He's trying to take that away. I mean, he did this article. This article is from NPR, and he did say that if this bill passed, he's going to create his own party. So I'm basically thinking that he's in his head. He probably thinks that they're not here for Trump. They're here for me because I'm the one that put him in power. So I think he's kind of misled about what this is. I think he has a false understanding of the situation.
I think that's probably true. I mean, I wouldn't say that like he does have a following. I mean,
Yeah.
people love Elon Musk. People absolutely adore him. And he probably gets a lot of his confirmation or backing from X.
Is it on the level of Trump though?
I don't think so.
Yeah, neither do I.
I don't think Elon has the charisma to kind of get people stirred up like Trump does. Trump has a pretty strong charisma whenever it comes to speaking, and it makes people laugh. Like he's very
Likable.
he can make himself sound very likable, even if like what he's talking about makes no sense.
That's scary.
Yeah, it is, especially if like they're if they have a lot of money. Like imagine if Elon Musk had Donald Trump's charisma, but with Elon Musk money. Like that to me is like that's and you know Elon Musk isn't particularly the smartest person, but I would say he's smarter than Trump whenever it comes to certain things.
Yeah.
And they both probably have the same amount of experience whenever, not now, but like going back to Trump's first term, I bet you Trump and Musk probably had the same amount of political understanding. Trump probably had like just the people around him because he never was in office.
I do love the trying to end his career part of like saying like, oh, Elon Musk was on ketamine and like it's like he's he's been on ketamine for years. Like we all knew this. We
Yeah.
like CNN said it. CNN said it. You know what I mean?
Well, he even said it himself.
MSNBC said it.
Elon even said it himself that he's
He
on
said it himself.
many
But like
types of medications.
when CNN, so this is this is the part that messes me up. It blows my mind. Elon Musk said it. CNN said it. MSNBC said it. Trump said, "Oh, this is all fake news. Elon is in great shape. Elon is in great mind and great spirit. CNN is fake news. They're lying. They're just trying to run down on his character."
I think that's just like his tagline, like fake news. Like that's a but saying
But
it
the
just to
pe-
say it isn't
but the people
isn't
believed
right.
it. They was like, "Oh, Elon's the smartest man alive. He's not on drugs. He's this." As soon as they start beefing, the onpour of destroying his character started rolling out. Elon is on ketamine. He was on ketamine during the White House conference. And then you got the press secretary and they're just talking about something. Elon can't even come to the White House without being on ketamine. It's like, bro, why did you say this in the beginning of the campaign?
Mm-hmm.
Why did y'all get on national TV and say that CNN News was lying? How come no one is looking at like why isn't reasonable people and I'm going to say I hate to say this, MAGA people have to be reasonable people. They have to be reasonable. These are people who own businesses. These are people who are making majority of money to come. These are some of the mover and shakers of this country. I mean, let's just be real. These are people who own farmland. These are people who sell you your tractors. These are people who sell you some of your clothing, your food, own grocery stores. They have to be some type of reasonable people. No one is saying anything about like how weird any of this is. It hasn't even been a year yet, Brayden. We're 7 months in. It's only been 7 months in. Jobs reports are in, lowest that they have ever been. The stock market is fluctuating like I've never seen before. It's never fluctuated this much. The fluctuation in the stock market is insane. And the market is going off of rumors. They're not even going off of actual stats of how good the economy doing or like how good the GDP spending is, how good basic stats are like based off for the stock market, right? We're doing it based on job retention. We're doing it based on the analytics for how much is being spent on a regular basis for food, supplies, foreign trade, all the geopolitical instruments that's happening, gas prices skyrocketing up. You're talking about it's $1.98. That's not true. Where the fuck is a $1.98 gas station?
Well, I mean, we're also in Pennsylvania.
There's nowhere in the United States dollars like $1.98.
What kind of grade are we talking about?
Any
There's definitely $1.98 or less. What is it called? 80. It's
87?
not 87. No, I'm thinking of Eco, the corn fuel. The corn
There's gas
fuel.
station that has corn fuel.
Yeah, E85. That's what it is. E85. E85 is like
That has to be like in like rural areas. There's no way.
only certain gas stations have them, but there are gas stations that carry it, and it's really cheap.
Okay, that's fair. Fair enough.
Let
Fair
me
enough.
see
I
what
take.
the. But that's why like context for this matters. If he doesn't give context, like E85, like so, I bet you if you go to West Virginia, E85 is probably like $1.60.
There's no way. There's no way. No, I've never heard of this.
Have you ever heard of like an Eco? Like Ford has them. Like it's in It's on the badge on the back of your car sometimes. They'll have Eco Flex Fuel. Flex Fuel is for E85. Doesn't get you as much gas mileage, but it is really cheap.
So what is it called?
E85.
How much is it? Okay, all right. So E85 fuel prices vary by location of fuel providers, but it's typically cheaper than regular gasoline per gallon. In Pennsylvania, for example, E85 can be found around $1.82 per gallon. Okay, all right, all right. You're right. You need to add context to that because that's bullshit. He's not talking about E85 gas.
He's just saying gas in
He's just
general.
saying gas in general.
So you could say E85,
Yeah,
which is like
if
kind of
if he came out and said E85,
yeah.
even if he was to say we're going to try our best to put E85 at every single gas station in the United States so you can pay $1.85 for gas, I would be on board.
But not every car takes E85. That's the problem. Is like
what kind of cars take it? I don't even know.
flex fuel, Eco Flex Fuel. Ford has a lot of engines that allow flex fuel to be used.
Okay, so
but most cars take 87.
yeah. Okay, so yeah. I'm okay, so I'm going to assume he's full of shit. You can't say that, right? That's like saying I have these shoes that can run. These are amazing shoes. You can play these in any sport, knowing damn well you can't wear basketball shoes while playing on the football field.
Mm.
Like that like so I'm going to think that he's talking about average, right? The overall census of because one, you just taught me something. I didn't even know. I've heard of E85, but I haven't heard of it in years.
Yeah. The only reason why I know about it is because whenever I was doing like performance stuff with vehicles, that's like the choice, the like, fuel of choice that's cheap and it burns really quick, so you can get more power out of the out of your engine.
That's insane.
Yeah.
So maybe that's what that. Now that you said that, he did say in one of his speeches, he said, "I've seen gas prices as low as $1.82 in some states." That's what he's talking about.
But Pennsylvania also has a huge tax on gasoline in general.
Yeah.
So we are like one of the handful of states that like pay over $3 and some for 87. Or is it like 2 something? I haven't put 87 in any of my vehicles. I always put 93.
87 is like $3 and some change right now.
Because like 80 or 93, I always put 90. I have to put 93 in mine. It's not even a choice. It's like 430 a gallon, 440 something a gallon.
Yeah.
Sometimes
gas,
more than that.
87 is like 380. I think right down the street is like 380.
Wow. Yeah, so
sure.
like, not giving context to like what gas you're talking about, because technically he is right. If E85 is less than $1.85 and you say gas, like I feel like that is
that's bullshit.
being manipulative.
That has been very manipulative. I think that's bullshit. But it's also, see, that's my point though. It's things like that that's not being called out. That's why I'm saying I don't really care about Elon and their little beef or whatever spat that they're having, but I do appreciate him calling out a bullshit bill. Just because you call out something that isn't right doesn't mean you're against that party.
Mm-hmm.
You can still call out, like, I say this once and I'll say it before. I don't particularly like any politician because it's politics at the end of the fucking day.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it is what it is. I'm not going to like everything that a politician does. They have an agenda to address the overall well-being of the people in its area, and most politicians do not adhere to that. They only listen to a certain part due to funding, due to approvals, due to re-elections, due to the amount of money that party has. Right? Like most politicians respond to the 1% of people in that area. Because if they did respond to the overwhelming majority, I feel like more people would be happy about the situation that they're in. And that's just not the case. But like that's why I found it so I found it so strange about the backing for MAGA, because like a lot of people voted against their own interests and they don't even realize it. Again, a lot of this isn't going to take effect until around 2027. But like a lot of these rural areas that voted for him is going to take the end. Now, were there some people that got rich off of this? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like in the near future there's going to be a lot of things that are going to make me rich and beneficial. I know that's right, but I don't really care to say that. But I mean, that's the whole point, right? That's the whole point of being educated and understanding the system, is to try to play that, use that against itself. I think everyone should be some type of well off. Like even if you're not a millionaire, you should have a couple 100,000.
Should be able to live. Should be able to
Yes,
live in a way
and
that
not be stressed out.
about bills.
Right.
But if you're creating those problems on your own, that's kind of a different story.
I mean that is true. Like I do think people overspend. I
Yeah.
mean, shit, I overspend. I
I
think
do too.
everyone does it, but it's also like you need to have discernment when it comes to your bills and how much you spend. But I think at the rate that this country is going, and I personally think both of these people are extremely out of touch. Let's just call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
I think the entire administration of Trump's administration is out of touch with the average person.
I mean, even I feel like I'm out of touch with the average person, and I'm not even that wealthy. Like, I just don't even like. I kind of just do my own thing, and I don't really talk to anybody else. So how am I supposed to know what everybody else is feeling?
Yeah.
It's just an assumption.
Yeah.
So if you don't have,
I mean, you can see it. You can see it. The average person is when you go outside of here and you see them. That's the average person.
Yeah. Yeah. And not getting that exposure often, you kind of just start
Or
living in your own world.
never.
Yeah.
He's been rich his entire life. Both of them. Both of them. Let's not say him. Like I would have been extremely offended. Like I was offended when Joe Biden said, "Oh, if you're if you're not voting for me, you're not black."
I remember that.
Nigga. What the fuck did you just? That kind of pissed me off. It's almost borderline. What's offensive with Trump is when he said, "What did he say? Groceries, groceries. Such an amazing word. Such an old school term. What are you talking about? There's no other way to say groceries. Old school term. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I can't relate to you.
Yeah.
You don't even know that we still say groceries. What did you thought?
I don't know what he was thinking whenever he said that. That's kind of, I mean, that just kind of goes to show you don't really have any kind of context with the average person or any type of connection to
that
him.
would have pissed me off. I mean, it did piss me off.
Yeah.
When I was listening to it, and the speech was going well. I was actually enjoying the speech. I'm like, oh, this is he's. I mean, he's doing a great job. And then he goes groceries. What the fuck did you just say? but in his defense, he's been rich his entire life. I get that. I would respect Trump more if he ran as a billionaire.
Like that was just his thing. Like I'm a billionaire right now. And well, that's kind of what he did.
Yeah. Get up on stage and be like, I don't know. If the reporters ask me a question about certain prices, this is one of those moments where arrogance would work. Right? Like, if a reporter asked him, Trump, the egg prices, you said that they were going to be lower. I'm a billionaire. I don't shop for eggs. I don't know how much they cost. You tell me. What should they be? How can we fix this? I don't know. I don't need eggs.
I think that's a losing battle there. I don't know if
I don't think so. They are his constituents already know he's rich. Right? Like at this point, you have to accept it. Like you can't be upset with him doubling down on how much he's not relatable to the average person that voted for him. The one thing I think a lot of presidents, what they try to do is make themselves relatable. There's only a couple people that made, you know how Obama made himself relatable, even though he's not relatable either. Like, I think he has memories of being relatable because he's from a certain area. But after a certain amount of time, you live such a lifestyle
You get
that
disconnected from that.
you get disconnected from it. And it just is what it is. Like, I think it's extremely ignorant for people not to understand that, right? Like, one of the things when he was president that made him extremely connected was he would leave his Secret Service and go to Five Guys and go get a burger and fry and sit down and eat with people and talk to them.
And the messed up part is like, if you document it, it seems scripted.
Yeah.
But if you don't document it,
he
nobody
did-
knows it happened.
And he didn't document it. It would just be a report afterwards, like Obama did it again, left his Secret Service, snuck out, and went to Five Guys in Washington, D.C., and no one knew he was showing up.
Now, do I think that the Secret Service actually let him go by himself?
Fuck no.
Absolutely not.
No, they were somewhere.
They were probably some of the
was planned, it
people
was
that
staged,
were either
yeah.
cook like the employees.
But there was one time where they were looking for the president of the United States and they shut down the White House and they couldn't find him.
Oh.
And he actually did disappear. But I think after that,
And that was Obama, or that was
that was
somebody
Obama.
else?
They was like, "What the fuck is going on?" But I think after he did the first one, the rest of it was scripted. I feel like his campaign team was like, "Hey, look, we need this to happen. You guys can be here, here, here. Let's secure off. We're going to go here, here, here." They probably did a security sweep of the building prior of him
Yeah.
showing up
Yeah.
the night before, or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it would. Like I'm not that completely ignorant to think that he showed up without that. But the point that I'm saying is like Trump is trying to be relatable to people that he cannot be relatable to.
I mean, he did work at McDonald's for a day.
It's bullshit.
I know. But they want us to think, that he
but
was
again,
relatable.
I would be offended. Why are you in here, bro? If you wanted to work with someone, go to the stock floor. That makes more sense to me. Or go to a financial company.
Mm.
Go to a hedge fund. Go to, I don't know, go be a caddy at a golf resort. I can believe that. You love the golf. It's pretty funny. It's interactive. It would be hilarious for someone to think, holy shit, the president of the United States is my caddy.
And you get haggled by him.
And you get haggled by him the whole time while you're golfing. That's beautiful writing. Oh, we're gonna put you in McDonald's, even though we're trying to tell these kids no more fast food. What the fuck are you talking about? And people were eating it up. And then you got a man. Then you got one of the Kennedys that can't barely fucking talk. I can't tell if you're scared to be in the open because of what happened to your family, or if you have a problem, just talk. Like, get it out, bro. Like, you piss me off when you talk.
My voice hurts for him whenever he talks. Like, I just like don't want him to talk because it sounds so
just
painful.
It's just nasty work. You went to McDonald's to show people that you were normal, but you're running on how bad fast food is. And then you take a picture on your plane after you win with your entire campaign team advertising McDonald's.
With JFK Jr. I thought that was funny, seeing JFK Jr. eat the McDonald's. I thought that was kind of funny.
He didn't look like he liked it.
But the fact that they let him, like, that Jr. was like, yeah, I'll take this picture, even though he's like a very, very like against highly processed foods. And
doesn't make any sense.
like that. I thought that was kind of funny.
And then a person that I know on the internet, I'm not going to say him by name. Maybe one day I'll say your name out loud. But not on the pod, not yet, because I don't know where this is going to go. But I'm not trying to make you famous too, bro. Fuck you. But to sit here and talk about the food processing system and how bad we eat in America, and then turn around and watch the president of the United States eat McDonald's, it's kind of like, come on, man. I think I get more annoyed at the fact that people just aren't being honest about it. Like like I said before, there's a lot of things that I love about Trump, and there's a lot of things that I dislike about him. I think he was completely right for calling out the Democrats on their bullshit. I think he was dead on when he said that the American government needs to change over. I think he was dead on when he said the spending limit are way, way too big. When they said he needed to drain the swamp, there was too many politicians eating off the back of the American tax dollar. That was wrong. But then you turn around and put the same people in your cabinet that are multi-billionaires, and they were the ones that were supplying the swamp. it's like it's like you took the water out and left the gators and told people to walk across.
Yeah, I mean, even if Elon did start his own
It's not going to go anywhere.
campaign, I just think that like since capitalism is a thing, I can't see there being any difference between an independent party, and a Republican, and a Democratic party.
Yeah.
They all are going to have to, in some way, shape, or form, be based off of the same thing. And if you do anything that's so foreign, it just kind of seems like it's going to fail right off the jump.
He was better off supporting a Democrat, a party that already exists, and just throwing a whole bunch of money behind it.
I think he was just better off just not saying anything at all and just
just
kind of
doing it?
like existing within like
In the shadows.
I mean that too, but I meant just kind of like continuing to do whatever he was doing and whatever he was good at.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire, a millionaire, have a little bit of money or no money at all. Like, especially like people that are famous. Like, I know you for music, I know you for acting, I know you for this, I know you for that. But like, I don't want to know your political views. You're the person that I come to escape this from. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to have that attachment. Like, that's where I think a lot of people kind of get it mixed up. Like, they just get. And it's good to be like opinionated whenever it comes to voting for people, but like whenever you're a famous person and you say, I love candidate A or I love candidate B, well, like I
You're
don't.
tying yourself down to
Yeah,
one
and
idea.
now you have like an issue where people that did like you may no longer like you just because of that opinion, which is like.
Yep. That was damn near a lot of Americans.
So like
Now
and
you got both sides hating you. Yeah.
if you are doing something and you're famous for it, just continue to do that. And you can have your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that, but like especially like Elon, like my point being is like Elon should have just saying what he should have done, but like a lot of these people kind of just come out and say, I support this person. And then now you have like you've created an unnecessary divide in whatever it is that you're trying to do now.
Yeah.
It just
He did mess up, though.
it makes very little sense. And if you do have opinions about that, say it like outside of work, like in your personal time. I mean, like if you talk about what's going on in the world, like there's nothing wrong with that. But like saying that like you love Trump or you love Biden or you love Kamala Harris, like at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does matter to some degree, but like if I know you for technology, like I don't want to associate. Like I don't want you to.
I think it's weird when people say they love certain candidates. I think it's strange.
I mean, do you think like the same thing if somebody says like I love this artist?
No, because I feel like politics and artistry is completely different. Art is making you feel, right? It's giving you.
I'm not saying like specifically art. That was just an example.
Oh,
like,
just an.
I love this person because of whatever they do, and I don't
No.
care what I was like. You think like
No,
just the general idea of loving somebody,
I think the general idea of loving a politician is just strange thing.
specifically a politician.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, I think admiration and respect is a thing that they should have, but a love, the amount of love that I've seen people have for certain politicians is just a strange thing to me. Because there's no way possible for a politician to comp every need that you need as an individual person. I don't care who you are. You're not going to agree with that politician. And if you do agree with that politician on everything, like that's strange. No one person should agree with a politician on everything. Everyone should have their differences in that. Even if the differences aren't the same amongst the people, there should be some type of differences between that politician, because there's too many people for him to be likable by everyone. It's just too much. that's also like Elon being hated. That's also like Elon being hated by both sides right now. He already had the Democrats hating him. Now he has MAGA supporter not liking him. So the middle ground of the people who like him now is going to be interesting about what you said. So, but yeah, that is all that we have today on the bromans. We will keep you posted on what happens next. I would love. I wish the celebrity death match was still a thing, because I would love to see Elon and Trump jump into the ring as clay people and fight each other.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would be pretty
That'd
amazing.
be pretty cool.
Right? Like, they need to bring back celebrity death match. Where the fuck is MTV at when you need them? What is happening to our society? But you guys have a great one. We will see you again on 16 Flights Up next time, baby. Deuces.